for Tuesday, October 7th at 7 p.m. Can we stand for the pledge?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. Underneath the chairman's announcements, I just want to give kudos to the Oktoberfest and all the folks that were involved in making another successful Oktoberfest for 2025. Also, that the Douglas Fire Department's got an open house tomorrow from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. So folks are going to come out and enjoy the open house.
In a similar vein, take a look at the scarecrows in the town of Common. They're even better this year.
Yep.
I drive by, I think there's a bunch of people congregating there.
It's all good.
Well, since we're adding to it, we should at least acknowledge the efforts of the Orchard, and they've placed second in the state.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good kudos to that. Yeah.
A lot of hard work with that family.
Yeah. 100%. That's good to put Douglas on the map in that way. So, underneath the citizen forum, anybody here wishing to speak on anything that's not currently on our agenda? Okay. Accept a motion for open public hearing.
So moved. Second.
Motion by Ross, seconded by Mike. All in favor?
No, I think Hal beat me.
Aye. Okay, so we've got 3 poll petitions, possible votes for the following addresses: 38 Hemlock Street, poll petition, and 2 Orange Street, and 41 Vine Street.
Good evening, members of the board. My name is Robert Moran. I'm a community engagement manager with National Grid. Here with me is Al Galvin. He's a senior designer in our distribution design group, and we're here to address the petitions that you mentioned: Hemlock Street, Orange Street, and Vine Street. Al, do you want to?
So which one you want to?
So I think you could just walk us through 38. We'll do them in the order that I think it's 38 and then 41 and then 2.
38 Hemlock?
In our packet.
Yeah. Yep. Okay.
Yep.
So that one, we have a new home going in and installing a new pole in the current street line that's out there to then feed the secondary up into the lot to a second pole.
Okay.
For his service there. So pretty straightforward.
Are you keeping the 2 existing poles there? And you're just adding a new?
Exactly, like an intermediate pole in between, yeah.
All right.
Just due to the angle of the driveway, otherwise we'd be cutting over his driveway, going up the hill, things like that.
Are they running underground from that pole?
No, he said overhead.
Overhead?
Yeah.
Okay.
From the second pole, yeah.
All right, because
That's about 100 feet in, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So there's another pole being placed up on the property?
Yeah, it goes an incline up the driveway, and then he's going to hit it from there. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
But that one's pretty straightforward.
Any questions, thoughts?
No, you want to approve them one at a time or as a group?
Whatever the pleasure is, it's up to you. We can do
them as a group.
We can do them as a group. You good with that?
Even with the concern on Orange Street?
We're still working through them.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll just do them as a group when we're ready.
Okay, so 41.
41.
Vine, that one was also a new home. It was further down the street where the pole line currently stops. So we have to install a couple of poles along the street there to extend the secondary down the road in line with what's already out there, and then bring secondary service across the street to this new home.
So on that one, you're showing the 2 dark circles as the new poles?
Yes.
Are you taking out the one that's in between the 2 new poles going in there? Looks like there's a pole there that's...
There's that first pole 12 is existing, and then 13, 14 are the new ones. So we're going two past what's there. Probably about 300 feet, 400 feet past where we are currently.
Okay.
So might have been some light tree trimming along the way. It's wooded, but that's about it.
Okay. Any comments? Concerns? And then
the last one was Orange. in here is, I know you guys had questions, Lisa, I was told. Again, it was similar, setting it on the street to then feed the house underground in this case. In this case, he was building a rock wall, so we were helping out the customer to get him a point to hit prior to the meeting. So this.
Go ahead.
Pole P1, was that one moved?
I don't believe there's any relocation of a pole. Let me show. We just added that new one.
Okay, so then PO50 on our plan, it shows it centered on the lot,
Right.
but you put it on the corner of the lot, is that correct?
No, it's to the right to the driveway. I believe it was to the, just happens.
In pictures I've seen, it looked like that it was on the corner of the lot, but I don't know where the lot line is.
Yeah, no, I mean, they got this from the town GIS, so it's more on the corner of the driveway, like the entry point of the home, but not the lot itself.
Yeah, it looks to be center along the frontage.
Any particular reason why it was put in before you came here?
We don't have the rights to do it. We did not have the rights to do it, and, we can apologize for that. But it's a case of we were trying to work with a customer, trying to help a customer along. And, if we don't get the petition approved, then we'll remove the pole.
No, you get all that. So that particular street of all streets is kind of a hot subject.
It is.
People don't like things new, so it becomes contentious when somebody's trying to develop. Then you're on a scenic road.
It's a very narrow road.
Yeah,
Very
Yeah,
narrow road.
extremely narrow,
And,
yeah.
I know you've been before us a whole bunch of times, so you know the routine. It was just surprising that, I know how it works, because I'm a builder as well. You do a few houses, you get a direct contact with the engineer that's out in the field, you contact them, hey, can you help me out? And they think they're doing something good, and then they end up putting it in. I fully understand how you got there. It's just, nobody's looking to make you take the pole out, and that would be foolish.
Yeah, and we do have an obligation to serve customers who ask for service, and this was the appropriate location, and yeah, we got ahead of our skis, so.
Yeah, appropriate location, but improper
Yeah,
process.
understood,
So,
yeah.
I'm a firm believer of permission, not forgiveness. That's how I operate, so it's hard to do it in reverse, but
Yeah.
it's only comments. I'm not looking to stop you or turn it around and whatever.
How far off the road is from the pole? Because at some point that road may be, widened or, updated in some manner. Is the pole
I believe it's just a few feet.
Yeah,
a few
a few feet off the pavement, but it's still within the road layout.
There's no,
Yeah.
what pavement?
Pardon? Well, a few feet off of the road surface.
Yeah, road
whatever you
surface.
call it.
Okay.
Smart aleck.
I just, I'm like, a pavement, I'm like, something new that I wasn't aware of.
Don't
As of last week.
disparage my neighbor.
Just out of observation,
Yeah.
nothing to do with these guys, but I've seen the picture, and yes, the rock wall's attractive, yes, the stone's attractive, and all that stuff that's in front of it. However, it is a scenic road, so he has gray stones, the next guy wants purple stones, the next one wants red stones, the next one wants white stones. That's why we have these processes. So we may want to refer this to the planning board to take a look at to see if they're supposed to weigh in or not. Not the pole, but what's nothing to do with you.
Yeah, the scenic road aspect of it. Look at it, scenic road sign off. Yeah.
I would imagine the builder has done his homework on said property and is aware that it is a scenic road, but it's good to remind people.
Yeah. Yep. It's all good. Any other comments? No? We're good? All right. Just entertain a motion to approve.
Well,
Close the public hearing.
Motion to close the
you
public
also
hearing.
want to check and see if someone's in the
Yep.
audience.
Yeah, I can do. Anybody wishing to weigh in on this poll petition for the following properties? Oh, we do.
I
Kristen
retract my
Inman, 19 Orange Street.
19 Orange Street? Okay.
Why don't you come up and have a seat?
Yep.
I'm okay right here. there was never a scenic road permit, and the abutters were never notified, and we know that there's going to be more poles. It's not ending, it's gonna continue down the street. So I understand, this is what this builder does. He does stuff and then asks for forgiveness. He gets approval that way. Can he please just follow the town's rules? He's trying to develop the town, and he's doing it inappropriately. A different builder would actually consider the scenic road first and work with it. He's not doing that. And you guys keep letting him. Thank you.
Can I just respond to
Yeah,
that?
go ahead.
Excuse me, miss?
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you listen to what I had said to it, so we only hear the poll portion of it. The other part of it is the planning board, and that's why I had made the recommendation to the chairman that maybe we want to forward this to the planning board.
Thank you. I just wanted to educate people that aren't aware that this builder will
Yeah.
not follow the rules 100%. So now you know.
Yep.
You have to do your homework yourself. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I think that's fair. You guys don't want to have to come before us again
No, and
and do that.
I'll state categorically that we will not be setting poles without petitions.
I've been on
our
this-
street, like, or anywhere else in
First time
town.
I've seen it.
Yeah, I've been on this board for probably too long, and it's the first time
First time it's
National
come,
Grid's
yeah.
run afoul. In fact, I was impressed after a couple bad storms that National Grid has really stepped up for the town, so I'm going to give you a little pass today. I know
I
that.
appreciate that. And we generally work very well with the town, the highway department, the fire department especially. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, so it's all fair.
fair enough.
All right,
Can I resurface my motion?
sure.
I make a motion to close the public hearing.
Second.
All right, motion by Mike, seconded by Hal, all in favor?
All right,
Aye. All right. Stay motion to,
make a motion to approve all 3 locations of polls with one forgiveness factor. 33 Hemlock Street, 2 Orange Street, and 41 Vine Street. Oh, I won't let it go that easy, so.
Second.
Thank you.
Just correction, 38 Hemlock.
Oh, what did I say? I'm old.
all right, with the one correction?
Glad I-
All right. Motion by Mike, seconded Hal, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you for coming, appreciate it.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Yep. All right, next up is our,
Yeah. I talked to
Okay.
him yesterday. He was supposed to
you want to skip over? We could-
Yeah,
Why don't we skip over?
give it a little bit.
All right, we'll hop around.
3.
All right, can I do this one? Are we going right there?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, you're coming out of retirement?
Well, I am, because it's very rare that we get to do this. But I want to make a motion that we move into executive session for the sole purpose of talking about interest in real property and a discussion with one of our town residents, Carol Gogolinsky, and then to return from executive session for the remainder of our agenda. First,
Okay, motion by Tim, seconded by Ross.
Fitzpatrick, aye.
Roll call.
Bone and I.
Stevens, aye?
Davis, aye.
Smith, aye.
All right, as we move forward, number 8, Council on Aging appointment for Carolyn Duval? Doval? You want to come join us and tell us about your interest in joining the council?
Well, I was down at the art,
There's a 2 pen. One more.
doing art with the Pam and Jim Schwartz, and they said, Pam Schwartz and Jim, and they said, maybe you'd like to be on the Council of Aging. And I was a dental hygienist for 44 years, so I've dealt with all kinds of people and issues. And I took care of my parents, and then I took care of my 2 aunts till they were like 94 and 95. And then we just buried my aunt and my husband's aunt and uncle, and they were 97 and 95. So I kind of know some of the issues that people face, you know, whether Medicaid and, or, you know, getting on that or getting help or, you know, and just trying to make sure that people are, you know, not isolated and the transportation is available. And I know they do a great job down there, and I thought, well, if there's something I could help them with, I'd like to.
Okay, excellent. Any questions? Board, all good?
Thanks for your interest.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's a one-year term, I think,
Yes.
so entertain a motion to appoint.
Make a motion that we appoint Carolyn Durval.
Yes.
Is that her? For a one-year term to the Council on Aging.
Second.
All right, motion by Tim, seconded by Mike, all in favor?
Aye.
All right, thank you for volunteering and
Yeah.
Thank
your
you.
involvement.
Carolyn?
Okay, thank you so much. Have a
All right.
good
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Next up, number 9, Highway Department FY '26.
No,
Oh, 6, sorry.
race guys.
Yep, all right, we'll go to 6. Number 6, road use and Mid-State Mass Ultimate Trail Race, possible votes. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, but thanks for having me. Sorry I missed the meeting last month.
Okay. I believe that,
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
yep, I believe the dates you set forth is October 11th and 12th.
Correct. We don't come into Douglas until the 12th on Sunday.
Okay. Okay. Any questions for the board?
This is what I was mentioned last meeting,
Yeah.
where they're actually running a little less in Douglas than they normally do. They get the road.
I think that's the other one. That was the Wallem Lake one. That does the valley, yeah.
Okay, yeah, this is different.
Yep.
Pretty straightforward.
Okay,
Move approval.
all right.
Second.
Motion by Hal, seconded by Tim. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you for joining us.
All set?
Yeah.
Yep.
Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you, guys. Have a good night.
You too.
Have a good race.
Okay.
Thank you.
Number 9, Highway Department FY '26 plow rates.
Unfortunately, it's that time of year. I hate to say it. Adam Furno, Highway Superintendent. Just have a quick update for you guys of where the MassDOT is with the plow rates. Again, we have 20 subcontractor positions with the Highway Department, 6 employees that we'll have by then. Again, it's a credit to you guys for keeping these rates up with MassDOT rates every year. The town administrator and you guys always do that, and it keeps all our guys, they don't leave me. It's very, you know, it's really nice to have that experience and everyone with us. The only thing we're not doing that MassDOT is doing this now, because they're running low on help, is trying to early sign-on bonus, and they're giving performance bonuses at the end. We're not doing that. We're just giving our rates, we're just keeping them up with them, which has kept us competitive with everyone else, and other towns are struggling to find help where our 20 have been faithful to us, so I'm very happy with that.
Excuse me, Adam. Can we do a longevity bump of any sort with people? I know you're looking at me like, what are you doing that for?
You're
But-
killing it, but
But it's,
I just want the record to reflect that Selectman Bowen is advocating spending more money.
well, I,
That's an inside joke for those of us with a common pedigree.
yeah.
What are you doing?
Yeah. No, but I mean, I think we take great pride in our roads in the snowstorm, and, you know, as far as
It may
I
be
can
something
tell.
to look at with, you know, like I said, I mean, we're competitive right now. If things start to change, I think that's something we can look at in the future. I really do. I think our group right now is great. Like I said, I called them before they don't even know the new rates because you guys haven't voted on them yet. So, and they all said they're coming back. So I didn't even have to tell them what their rates are yet. They were all willing to come back, which is great. They know that we keep up with the state rates. They all understand that we try. We keep the insurance requirements as low as we can.
Yep.
And, you know, we've done it every year, and it's worked out. Like I said, barring, you know, I think in the last 5 years, we've had a couple just retire, not leave us to go somewhere else. They just retired, which is great.
It helps that a lot of folks that do this work for us are local.
Yeah.
Douglas people are real close to Douglas. And all kidding aside, we're price takers, not price makers. So if the only way to be competitive to get this help is to match the state or try to keep pace with the state, then so be it. But we won't go there until we have to.
Yeah.
Right, so if we start to see some they'll talk to us, they'll agitate.
Yeah,
And as soon
correct.
as they start agitating, we won't have a whole lot of choice in the matter. We'll have to meet the state's bench.
It's not an invitation to agitate either.
Exactly, we're not looking for that. Keep everyone
spent
happy.
some money, so you don't want to do that.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of these guys, like I said, some of them are business owners, so they have the insurance policy, they have all the stuff. So a few of them are retired guys. They just throw on the snow policy for the winter and hopefully get enough snowstorms to cover what they do.
Yeah. And I think it helps them being familiar with the roads and divisions and stuff like that. So
It does, and we're adding new roads too, which is, this year I have Joseph Road, next year we'll probably have William Drive. We're adding roads, so I'm gonna, stretch them even thinner and try to keep the same amount, That's how it works. So just quickly to go over it, the new rates, the proposed new rates for a 3/4 ton with an 8-foot plow is gonna be $102 an hour, which is up $7 from last year. A 1 ton with a 9-foot plow is $120 an hour, which is up $8 from last year. A 1 ton with a 9-foot plow and a 3-yard sander is $134 an hour, which is up $9 an hour from last year. A skid steer is $126 an hour, which is up $8 from last year. A backhoe with a 12-foot pusher is $139 an hour, which is up $10 from last year. And a 6-wheel dump with the 10-foot plow and 6-yard sander is $179 an hour, that's up $13. And all of these are 4-hour minimums, which there's no time that we've never used them for 4 hours. They've always been out for a minimum of 4. By the time we plow the whole town, it's 5.
Yeah.
So it's not, we've never had that where it's 4. So that's the proposed rates, and like I said, I'm just, and to go back on it, like I said, we have 6 highway trucks, 2 subcontractors that sand. One of our trucks failed last year, and it's due to be replaced. The new trucks come in the first quarter of 2026. We were hoping for now, December. It looks like it's going to be the beginning quarter of 2026. Everyone kind of jumped on board ordering trucks, and it put a backlog in it when the state was talking about electric vehicles and, next year at this time and all that. So all the towns jumped on, and we're kind of stuck in the middle. But we lost that 1 truck, so we're going to use our smaller truck with a sander as a main truck for a route this year. But we will have all the trucks out there with 2 subcontractors sanding. And like I said, and we'll get to the sidewalks the next day. We try to get to them right after the storm. Sometimes it doesn't work out, but we'll get right on it the next morning after we get some rest. And I think it's the same thing. Mailbox policy is the same as it's been since 1995, that we're not responsible for mailboxes or personal property policy, which is basketball hoops, fences, et cetera, that's in the towns right away. So that's basically where I'm at for that.
Any questions before the board? Entertain a motion to approve the...
Motion to approve the FY26 plow rates.
Okay, motion by Mike, seconded by Ross. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, Adam, don't go too far. Number 10 on our agenda is the stop sign at North Street in Gilboa. Discussion and possible votes.
Sure. So Mass DOT has a program out there, which I was notified by CMRPC, that they call it Always Stop Program. And MassDOT has evaluated a lot of towns with different areas that they think should be changed to a 4-way stop. And the only one in town that they've identified is North Street and Gilboa Street. We all know there's some concerns there. I've heard both spectrums of good and bad. So again, I'm here, the road commissioners, to have you decide what you want to do with it. So, Matt and I both looked at and said, we'll let the road commissioners decide this one. So, we kind of smiled as we did that. But, so again, MassDOT's willing to give us the sign, we paint the line, they give us the signage in advance type of thing to make it a 4-way stop. I've heard the police chief said, he thinks it's a good idea, but he also understands it could be a backup issue with traffic. And that's kind of where we're at, because, right now there's a lot of traffic that flows in through town that way. So, it's just basically like whether you want me to pursue this or just to drop it and, it goes away type of thing. So it's up to you guys.
Any comments?
I think we should leave it alone, actually. In light of the buildings that are up the street, and the traffic is going to increase, and we start creating a stop sign there, I think it could be a problem.
I'm in agreement. We live out here for a reason, and I think it's unique to Douglas. Now, if you came to me and said, we want to put a rotary, I'll be more interested to support it, but this change I don't think is necessary.
Ross, any thoughts?
I think people are just used to it the way it is.
Yeah.
You get the occasional driver or two that don't know. I just witnessed one the other day. I was coming down off of North Street. Somebody went by screaming. But I would say...
It wasn't a black Mustang beeping at a Prius? Yeah. Because that happened this week, too.
Or a black Mustang that sounds like a Prius.
It's a little bit I was owning the fact that I was beeping at it.
It's a tough intersection as it is. I think with an additional stop sign, it sounds good. I don't think it would be good.
Yeah. I think that's a census.
Okay, and then my thing with it is, it's like Matt and I discussed, it's not like you can put it there and then take it away.
Yeah.
So it's one, it's either leave it alone the way it is, because once you put it there, you're committed to it. Like, it's a liability issue. Now, all of a sudden, there's an accident, and because you removed the stop sign, and there was one, and so, I mean, you come to that point of, so.
I do have to say, the one on North Street coming down to that intersection, being with the lit sign and stuff like that, I think it's a big aid.
Oh, yeah,
you know what I mean? I think that's a big helper there, and I think the only time I've seen, I guess, some honking in that intersection is when someone doesn't realize you have the right of way.
It's an IQ test.
Yeah.
You're not smart enough to be in Douglas if you don't know that that's a no stop.
I think we added all those signs that say three-way stop, but it doesn't seem.
All the Rhode Islanders
When you see an out-of-state, you know it's a potential problem.
Maybe you should go on Google Maps.
All right.
Freeway stuff.
So I guess we could table that for now and move forward from there. I guess you got number 11 too. Number 11, Depot Street, crosswalks, plan and discussion.
That's Bob.
Possible votes.
I'll let Bob talk.
But it's going to involve your guys, though.
It is. I mean, that's all right.
At some point in time.
All right.
For the record, Robert Manerick, Economic Development, Town of Douglas. Next spring, we'll be reclaiming Depot Street with brand-new sidewalks, resetting the curb, pouring new concrete sidewalks. Anytime you do a new sidewalk, it's going to be ADA compliant. Right now, the only ADA compliant sidewalk is at the entrance of Depot Street on Main Street. We'll be crossing Cottage Street, Orchid Place. There should be 2 crosswalks there with ADA compliant curbing, which is the 4-foot ramps and the yellow dimple pads. And these are all marked by black ovals on, everybody's referring to this map.
Yep.
Is it the scale, Bob?
Actually, the crosswalks are square. These are black ovals.
Okay. Just checking.
Don't think we're doing an old.
Oh, wow. All right.
We can. I mean, I can do whatever you want.
And they're white, but if I used white out, you wouldn't see it.
Yeah.
The one on Orchard Place that's going across Depot.
Across Depot, that's kind of connecting with that trail that comes from the school that all the kids use. They eventually cross Depot Street at some point, so you might as well make a crosswalk there.
But my oval is emptying out on Orchard.
Yeah. It's right in the middle of it, right?
It's not on Orchard, it's a little further up.
My map's on Orchard.
Yeah.
The only thing
mine is too.
Is that why the ovals are so big? So that way you can...
Covers the whole
So
area.
You could go left or right on that street.
Flexibility.
So you can turn.
I'm just curious. I wasn't paying attention to the scale until Tim asked the question. And
I think there is a standard for the distance from a stop sign to a crosswalk. Does anybody know what that is?
Has any of this gone through the safety committee group that you have?
No.
And your ADA guy that you have?
Oh, yeah. You talk to Ken.
Yeah, with Ken Frazier, I ran it through him 2 weeks ago.
You got a
and
safety
today.
committee that specifically looks at all this stuff, correct?
Yeah, but even we wouldn't know what the, I don't know if that's an AASHTO standard or a different standard, but after a number of people who can't move too fast got run over in Woonsocket on Clinton Street in front of Kennedy Man. There was a lot of fighting back and forth over the location of a crosswalk between the senior high-rise and a drugstore across the street. and there was insufficient space between the stop sign and a signalized intersection and the crosswalk. So the crosswalk actually made things more dangerous. Politics being politics, eventually it got painted, and more people have died. But it is what it is. The only concern is that if I'm stopping at the stop sign at the end of Martin and looking left to see if traffic is approaching on Depot, I'm not looking ahead to the crosswalk.
Yeah.
So somebody in the crosswalk needs sufficient time to get out of the way, and I need sufficient time to stop if I made a mistake. So that's the only thing I would want to check on.
There would be signage. There would be signage.
To Matt's point, the concern is that you're in a V with that other crosswalk going across to hit the trail, and you got 4 lanes of traffic at that point. So you just might
Good
want to
example is North Street, when you're coming on the main street. People are always looking to the left and they're not paying any attention.
And the crosswalk's right there in front of you.
Well, the other thing is too, you got people that do a slight tap on the pedal at the end of Martin Road.
They don't stop. That's where the safety committee may be beneficial, because it's like, to your point, if this was moved up again, the stop sign, if you cross over again on this crosswalk.
Yeah.
It could be on the Main Street side of Orchard, is what you're suggesting.
No, I'm saying that the stop sign at Martin Road.
Might have to be readjusted.
So then you come across Martin Road, you're at that little peninsula there. You walk around the sidewalk, you get to the one that's on Depot Street to cross over to the...
Almost like you're connecting on that path that goes across in front of the memorial.
Right, and that's the 5th one I have right in front of the municipal building. And it lines up with our sidewalk coming out of the building.
I'm over here.
Yeah.
Instead of up here.
Okay, so you're doing it up further
Put
up
a
Mountain.
second one up on Road.
The problem with that is the sidewalk on Martin is not ADA compliant. Ken brought that up.
Are you replacing it?
No.
And it doesn't have to. You just said if you replace it, you have to make it ADA compliant.
Just another question.
Come on, get out of that.
But you can't paint a crosswalk. You can't paint a crosswalk.
Can't add a crosswalk if it doesn't have that. If it was existing, it's one thing. But it's not.
The 4-foot slope of granite.
But I think Matt's point's valid, that people are going to be looking up Depot Street, gunning it to take off down Depot Street, taking somebody out.
Well, the crosswalk could be moved
That's what I was going to suggest.
further towards Main Street.
Yeah.
It'd at least be 100 feet away from Martin, even if you pulled out without looking.
That would be better.
See somebody further down.
That would be better, because you don't want to really line it up to that
And these are
trail.
just
You're going to do this in the spring?
Yes.
It would make sense just to employ that safety committee, because you have the police and whoever else involved in it, and you get good input.
The question I have too, Bob, would be, if you're moving it more towards Main Street, because you've got development apartment complexes out there, so it's coming up, walking up the ocean at Cottage Street. Would it be a consideration of a crosswalk crossing Depot Street at Cottage? And if so, we could move the one from Orchard Place, maybe mid-shift.
You could put it anywhere between Cottage and Orchard.
Split the difference between them.
We kept it away from the wide portion only because it'd take Adam 2 days to paint instead of 1.
Get it away from Martin Road.
Right.
You have a good
There's some options there. It'd be worthwhile just to bring it through the safety committee and get their feedback for the line of
Get their
sight.
feedback.
I mean, that's the biggest issues.
Did you see the reclaim Depot Street?
April.
Are they going to go away with Main Street, Depot Street, City Hall?
You know what is interesting, though, with the construction on Depot Street, what that has done is made everybody accept the rest of the roads in town.
Sorry.
Until next April.
Well, after you knock your teeth out of your head coming down Depot Street at 5 miles an hour, you get on any other road, this is nice.
Before it was resurfaced. Yeah, it was a little,
Psychology works on
it was a little rough.
It's been challenging, let's just leave it.
All right,
better now.
yeah. So let's go from there, Bob. Let's follow with this
All right,
committee.
follow the safety committee, we've got all winter to work on this. I just want to bring up to the road commissioners for your input.
Appreciate it. All right.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks. Moving forward, number 12, grant acceptance, Highway Department, DER, culvert replacement, municipality assistance, possible votes. Adam?
So the Highway Department recently applied for and received a reimbursable grant from the Division of Ecological Restoration in the amount of $85,000 to start the field work on the Webster Street culvert in the area of Cedar Street and the Wallace Street culvert in the area of 35 Wallace. Both culverts are on the Wellman Pond stream that leads to Whitens Reservoir. The DER program is designed to replace culverts for ecological restoration and in turn will help resolve our flooding issues and undersized culverts. This grant will only cover the field work and future grants funding will be needed to continue the project moving forward to the design and eventually construction. MassDOT has flagged the culvert under Webster Street as deteriorating. The concrete's all kind of falling apart on each end, and that they've written us up for it in our little inspections that they do. Yep. And Wallace Street's been on our hazard mitigation plan for flooding. We've had to close Wallace Street. Anytime we get a heavy rain with like 2 inches, it overflows, and then we end up closing that whole section down. So since they're on the same stream, it actually falls under the same grant, which is great. So they can do field work, get us started to that point. I'm going to try to reapply again and see if I can get some more out of them before we have to make a decision on Chapter 90 money or how we want to proceed with it. But my goal is to hopefully get at least somewhat of the design done before we have to put in our own money.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah.
Any comments for the board? Entertain a motion to accept the grant.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Hal, second by Tim. All in favor? Aye.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks, Adam.
Thanks, Adam.
All right, number 13, 250 donation account creation and discussion and possible votes.
So I talked to Jean.
Yep.
She said I had to come in front of the board to create an account to accept money for this.
We all kind of knew it. We knew you would be back.
Here I am.
You know what I mean?
Here I am.
All right.
Just asking.
Do you have a name for said account?
250 donation.
I guess that's what we're going to call it. We really don't have a name.
All right.
I was hinging on Celebrate 250, but the 250th donation.
Account. That's easy and clean.
No mixing it up with anything else.
All right.
Make a motion to create the 250th donation account.
Second.
Motion by Mike, second by Tim. All in favor?
Aye.
Good to go.
Cool.
All right. Number 14, moving forward, cannabis bylaw and policies and discussion / town meeting, fall town meeting, and possible votes.
So, Mr. Chairman, I'll try to shout over the air conditioner.
What?
What? Oh my gosh. I want to state emphatically for the record that the Cannabis Control Commission in Massachusetts is not the easiest agency to work with. They have gone on what I would call a bureaucratic bender. There's thousands of words of regulations and restrictions, and it almost seems like there's an animosity towards municipalities that flows through a lot of their dialogue that may be appropriate for some communities, but Douglas shouldn't be put in the same bucket with everybody else. Douglas has been one of the most open and amenable communities to the cannabis industry since the inception of it, and it was passed to allow it to be sold both for medical and adult use. And there are no zoning restrictions in Douglas. There's no, bless you. You have a licensing bylaw that was passed before a lot of the regulations were handed down by the Cannabis Control Commission that was very permissive. What they've done is they've come out with a mandate that all communities that issue, and I'm going to distinguish here between host community agreements and licenses. The reality is you have no authority to license a cannabis business. That field is fully occupied by the state. So your existing bylaw really needs to go out because none of it's enforceable, and it's actually kind of completely diametrically opposite to where the state has gone. So we need to strike it out and replace it with something that they will consider acceptable. What they're saying they want municipalities to do, and they said this a year ago, and then they didn't put any teeth behind it, now they're starting to get kind of aggressive about fines and whatnot, is they want a diversity, equity, and inclusion policy that will guide your issuance of host community agreements. Because the commission, like I said, is on a bender on this idea that folks who may have been incarcerated or otherwise punished when cannabis was illegal suffered the consequences of their actions that are now would not have gotten them into any kind of trouble whatsoever. And that's philosophically, theoretically, may not be the most objectionable concept. The problem is, of course, that to own and operate a small business already takes you out of the general run of the population and puts you in a select group of people who either have the capital or the know-how to strike out and start a successful small business and run it for many years. That's not all of us. That's actually very few of us that have the wherewithal to do that. So at this point, you've already strained it out to a very narrow group of people who would really be able to use a host community agreement to run a business. And now you're making it even tighter, basically saying that you're going to favor one group over another within this subset of people who already have the means to run a business.
So is it sort
We can object to it all we want.
Affirmative action for people?
Pretty close to, if you want to use that terminology. So I printed out the template, so the recommended language that comes from the Cannabis Control Commission for you to look at. I'm not asking you to vote that. I'm really not asking you for much more tonight other than really to charge me with, over the next 2 weeks, to pare that down to something that I think won't completely upend the apple cart at town meeting over it, but that will still satisfy the CCC and that they won't take any punitive action with us. What has gone the way of the dodo is the concept of an impact fee. So there have been court rulings as well as regulatory action. We cannot really collect a host community fee from anyone anymore unless we document the impact that that business has had on the municipal government that forced us to spend money. And then you have to document what you spent, and you can only get back what you spent. So that the old days of, well, it's a couple $100,000 a year to run this is no longer an acceptable thing. The town has not sought to enforce those parts of its host community agreements for many years now. We have not collected any of that money because it was unenforceable. It was only going to attract negative attention, and if you're following this issue, you know that neighboring communities have lost lawsuits and have had to repay the money they collected. So every single time a license comes up for renewal with the state from one of our really two businesses in town, I sign the waiver that says we don't really even have a host community agreement anymore that's valid or enforceable against that business. And we collect the revenue that's due to us on the excise tax side of things, and that's it. So it's a bit of a tempest in a teapot, but I feel like if we don't do it, then we're just holding ourselves out there as being rebellious, and that doesn't do us any good either.
That might be true, but there are some principal things here that I'm going to grapple with, so I'd like to see what your amended.
Well, you gave me a red pen.
Yeah, fire
so
that up.
You can imagine that I'm going to be striking out a lot of it. I'm just.
Pick their head up.
Yep.
That red pen.
And then,
I know.
And then FinCom's going to want to, they view every article and for their inputs or whatever else.
Yeah, so we don't have a lot of time,
Correct,
right?
yeah.
So you're going to close the warrant, but I'm going to, I can make short work of this, I think, in the next day or so and try to circulate drafts. But I wasn't going to put this on until the spring, and I was looking at the timeframes and the agitation we're getting from CCC, and I just didn't think it was prudent to put it off. So
and that's going to be Article 14 in our warrant. Okay.
So it's under the Mass General Law that's cited here as to how they can use a heavy hand on a municipality that has been nothing but welcoming? Okay. Do they have any, I'll leave it at that.
That's not a good comment.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right.
So just a thought, though, I know people get nervous about open meetings, but if you have thoughts, you don't have to share them with the other members of the select board. What I would say is you should take a vote to direct me to draft something for the town. You can independently send me thoughts and comments. And I guess you could say that it might form a rolling quorum, but to me, this is work in progress, and I don't think it meets that definition, because you're not deliberating.
No,
It's my drafting effort. But if I have your feedback, I'll at least know what you will tolerate, so I'm not going to waste my time trying to massage things that you want to strike. So I would encourage some feedback.
Yeah, we could send it to you directly, with anything else. That's all fair. All right. I'm going to make a motion to authorize Matt to
massage the language.
The cannabis bylaw and policies.
Deep massage.
Authorized to come up with a revision.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, or revision. All right.
Second.
So moved.
So moved. As we move forward.
He moved it.
All right, motion by Les, second by Hal. All in favor?
Aye.
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 All right. Next item.
I was still trying to follow the motion.
Give Matt the, all right, so number 15, moving forward, review the articles and close the special town meeting warrant fall. Possible votes. So it looks like we have 14 articles.
Are we really voting to close this tonight?
This decision.
Yeah, I don't think we have any more runway.
Yes.
Yeah.
Running out of time.
Yeah. I think, we have closed it tonight, and then I think there's still, before the FinCom flyer has to be out by a certain time frame,
I
so,
have to get the FinCom flyer to the printer by October 30th.
yeah. Yeah, we don't have another meeting, I don't think, until
11.
after that. Yeah, 11.
Is our next meeting. So we have to close it tonight.
Yep. So I don't think there's any, we can review the articles. Article 1, Article 2, the citizen petitions, we got there. Article 3 is the FY26 budget and transfers. Gene's amendments and cleanup efforts. Capital improvement supplement budget. That's in our packet. And then so that's another transfer and cleanup process for Article 4. Article 5, pretty straightforward, FY26 water sewer.
Article 13, does that come out of the Water Department Enterprise Fund. They own that property.
We're on 5, though.
Yeah.
Stay here.
Yeah.
Keep going.
6, I thought they already have an account. The dive team has an account? I thought they already,
They do.
okay.
So half of the excise goes into a waterways receipts reserved for appropriation account.
Okay.
And it builds up to about 8,000. We transfer from there into the general fund for their use.
Okay. Okay. Again, I knew they had one way back in the day because
Yeah. You'll see this article every couple of years.
yeah, they had a big dive team back in the years ago. So all right,
They probably still do.
yeah. Article 7, yep, it's the warehouse overlay district. Article 8, the land donation on B Street. It's a parcel.
Jackman.
Yep, that's the Jackman one. Article 9, that's the 67 Gilboa. That's the Hope Realty and Wickstrom property. Article 10 is the cemetery commissions and signs. Plots, receipts. Article 11. Boy, when it comes time for us to pick articles to weigh in on town meeting, we'll be able to. Article 19, that's the Brown House demolition. Article 12, 103 Shore Road demo. Yep, so pretty cut and dry.
So then, since we got 12, my question on 13, does that come out of the enterprise fund where that's owned by the water sewer department? They purchased that.
So I would put this out there as a choice for the select board. I had to get some language, so I wrote it as transfer from free cash. This property was purchased with a 50/50 contribution, so retained earnings from the water sewer department and 50% from the town. My concern here is the building itself. And the Water Sewer Commission has been putting retained earnings. My personal view is that they should, as part of cleaning up the property, they should be paying for this. So it's not a question of what's the best solution, it's a question of practically where is the cash and how can we get this done? I guess maybe I was traumatized by attractive nuisance doctrine as a first-year law student, because that was our writing project. But, you know, anything where people can enter a building because it has fallen down to the point where you can't really control people from staying in it or getting out of it, and there's a dangerous condition, you open up a liability for yourself. And there's a lot of electricity that flows over to this little brick building. And if you go inside, there's a parapet wall on this thing, and it traps the water. And for the longest time, the roof was fine and good condition. It isn't anymore, so the water has penetrated the building into the corner. And it's a mushroom farm. I mean, the mold is really violently bad. So it's only going to get worse. Nobody goes there, so it's not really going to harm anybody until the day it's done. So I put it out here for conversation, discussion. I put a pretty big price tag on it because I think there's a lot of electrical work that will need to be done to disconnect that transformer pad from the three-phase power that's outside at the street, and then clean all this stuff up. And there might be some disposal expense, so I wanted to make sure we had enough to do it. Having said all that, you know, it's really the board's choice on whether or not you want to go forward with free cash or just kick it back to water sewer. It'll get done faster if it's done on the town side.
So you're talking the brick building, or are you talking?
The brick building, and, you know, there's a
metal garage.
the metal garage is being used by water sewer, so they're utilizing it fully for storage and everything else. But there's a crane. You can see it's open air. Little pulley crane there, and then there's the brick building. And there's some old, you know, really heavy-duty electrical sheds outside, but those have all been stripped out. When they left, they took everything out of there, so it's really just an empty shell.
So that brick building, has nothing to do with the pipeline at all?
That used to be with all the gauges and
it won't be.
It was a pump house or metering house or
The
whatever.
metering house. I
Yeah,
think
it's
that's
not,
the garage.
it's not part of the closing agreement.
No.
I mean, obviously, we'll check in with them and say, we're going to have heavy equipment.
Right.
We won't go forward until they've signed off. Got to
Yeah.
start somewhere, so.
Yep, exactly.
Well, you know, I mean, also, the water sewer assisted us with the North Street with the 175 at that time, right? Came before the town meeting and be able to step up with the 175, so maybe we just want to tie off with, you know, if you said it's going to be easier if we do it out of our account and cleaner that way, and we can figure out the mechanics and anything on the back end. I don't know. That's,
I think you got some time to.
yeah, work that out.
Again on the 21st. So
Okay.
if you want to alter the language. I'm going to close the warrant, but we can still.
Yeah. Yep. All right. Good enough. Any other questions? All right. Accept the motion to close the fall town meeting warrant as written.
So moved.
All right.
Second?
Motion by Hal, second by Ross. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, we'll skip over 16.
Can I suggest, since council is on the phone,
Yep.
unless you want to do minutes,
No, there's
we can skip 17.
no minutes.
There are none.
There are no minutes?
Yep.
I don't know that my report's going to edify anyone too much tonight. We're going to talk about a lot of the stuff in executive sessions and so forth.
Okay.
So just dispense with 18 and we can just retire.
Yep. Okay.
I'm going to head back there and get
Okay, sounds good.
started.
Ross, you're up.
I will make a motion to enter executive session for interest in, purpose of interest in real property, 11 Island Road at White Heights. Also, potential litigation, Terry Street Extension, and MSHG. Then reconvene into our open session for the sole purpose of
Enjoyment. What you got planned tonight?
Hey, you give him an account with $1,000 in it, he loses all control.
That's it. All right.
Where's the enjoyment going to take place?
All right, I'll second that last.
Motion by Ross, seconded by Tim. Roll call vote.
Davis, aye.
Stevens, aye.
Bone and I.
Badger guy.
All right, thank you.